Okay, quick video for myself, Harvey Goldman. No cuts, no edits, no filters, and no hair. So for today's video, is anywhere safe in the UK right now? So you think that you know the safe places in Britain? Well, stick around. I'm going to show you why nowhere might be as safe as you think. Whether it's down to crime, whether it's the cost of living, whether it's an environmental risk, or perhaps just crappy and failing infrastructure. The idea of safe is shifting in modern Britain. So by the end of this video, you'll know why Britain's safest places are vanishing and also what's really behind it. So let's get into it. So for a start, we've got crime statistics. Now I suspect that some of these are obviously made up on the spot. Let's check them out. So violent crime rose 7% in England and Wales in 2024 alone. Previously safe rural areas are seeing a record number of burglaries. So basically dwellings are being done, not just businesses. The obviously driver behind this, it's cost-driven movement. People are basically pushed into cheaper areas that have historically got fewer police, they've got fewer services, fewer resources, and inevitably less protection. There's environmental risks. So for example, you've got flooding zones, particularly where I live in Devon, in the south, in the north, all around Dorset, around Wiltshire, definitely in Cornwall, Boscastle for a start. All of these flood zones are expanding, especially in the south, but also places like Yorkshire and the Midlands. Social services are absolutely stretched, and even what we used to call nice areas are now facing GP shortages. They're facing a lack of dentists. They've got oversubscription to schools, which means kids are now herded in 30, 35 children in a lesson, whereas only 10 years back it would have been nearer 15 or 20. So that's crazy. That's gone up about 40% in some schools. Not to mention prison populations expanding, whereby you might have had 2 prisoners in a cell. A lot of the UK's prisons, and I think they're, from memory, there's about 150, 160 of them. A lot of these are over capacity. Now, not only does this mean that while offenders are in there, they're having to be stacked up like dominoes in their cells to do the time for whatever crime they've done, but it also means that many of them are being let out early because new people are coming in that need that space to do their time. So all of this has an impact. And obviously, if you've got criminals being released early, I mean, have they been in long enough to learn their lesson? What's the incentive if they know they're going to get out early? Seems a bit redundant, doesn't it? There have been massive cutbacks from councils in all areas, despite the fact they're still charging record levels of council tax, which definitely makes it feel like a cash grab. And by all means, correct me if you think I'm wrong. This causes a mental health strain, social isolation, addiction, rapidly rising anxiety. And this cuts across all demographics. It's not just the working class and the poor, middle class as well. There is an illusion of public safety because they've created low traffic neighborhoods to save us all, like driving at 20 miles an hour through a village instead of 30 is going to stop knife crime. It's pointless and stupid. It makes no sense. They've got more CCTV heavy areas and all of this, it gives a false sense of control. But the CCTV doesn't deter people. It doesn't catch much crime. You know, is it really much use? And obviously there's the expense of putting it there in the first place. Would it not be better just to invest that money in more police, more actual police on the street? I know what my view is. So where do we think it's safe now? Well, you have to shop around, and sadly, it's not going to be cheap. You need to look at community-focused towns, small towns that have got areas with strong local initiatives, affordable but engaged neighbourhoods, whereby all of this is is dealt with internally. They're not reliant on services to protect them. They've got a neighbourhood watch. Everybody knows everybody, that kind of thing, like a neighbourhood from the 1980s might have been. Now, sadly, most of that is long gone. And the last areas where that exists, trust me, they're prohibitively expensive for most people to live. But I don't see any other way to find a safe area in the UK. Now, I obviously want to leave the UK, and this has made a massive impact into my choice of locations. When I've been looking at countries that I can move to, probably the biggest thing after ability to earn money and take care of myself financially has then been crime. And to be honest, to top it all, Dubai came out on top by an absolute country mile. And despite their 0% tax for working Brits and only 10% corporation tax for businesses, it still works out about the same as living in London. So I don't see Dubai as being viable. But yeah, look, what are your thoughts on this? Have you noticed that your neighbourhoods, your local area has started becoming less safe? Has this happened rapidly? Has it happened over time? Are you planning to move your family to a different area? Are you planning to move abroad to find safety? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. YouTube's going to stick another video there. Check it out or don't, your choice entirely. Like, follow, subscribe, ring the bell, all that jazz, and there'll be another video tomorrow. Goldman, peace out.